Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun, where we talk about yarn, crochet, and just have fun being together for about an hour or so. Not sure how long we're going to go today, but I just want to say hey, and I'm so glad to be here with you guys. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Let me make sure this is off. Okay, good. I hope you all had just a fantastic Thanksgiving. And for those of you in countries where you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, this is something we do here in the United States every year. Um, and just really take a time to pause and give thanks. And oh, I'm getting some light in from the side here. It's a very sunny day here in South Carolina, and we do have so much to be thankful for. And I just want to let you know, if you want to see my thankfulness, I'm not going to read it live because I'm not sure I could even get through it without bawling, because it's been a great year. It's been as I say in the Tale of Two Cities, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Yeah, it's been one of those years for us too. As I know, looking at some of the chat, I can tell that some of you are probably walking through some things too as well. So if you want to take a look at that list, I have the link in the video description below. It's on my Bonnie Bay Crochet blog post. So, feel free to check that out if you're interested in that. But let me go ahead and take some time to say hello to everybody. There's so many people. Leon, thank you so much for waiting patiently. I saw that you were in there early, the first one in our chat, all the way from the Isle of Wight. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. And Jacqueline, thank you for being there. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving day too. We certainly did. It was pretty quiet, but good. Spent some time in the kitchen cooking with Hannah for the afternoon, and it was really fun. And Yvonne from South Florida, how are you doing, friend? I hope you're doing well. It's soaking up that sun for us. Um, Deborah says, hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. I love the turkeys there. And Kelly, she says, listening and watching from Tucson while working at and Toto 2. Huh, that sounds like a really cool little store. Yeah, well, welcome, and let's see. Sisters, can't wait to see what we have for you today. I've got some things to show you. I've got a brand new design coming in January sometime. Don't have an absolute date, but I'm really excited to show you what I'm working on with that. So something that you can think about if you see some really cool yarn sales today. Maybe buy some. I don't know. I'm not selling any yarn in particular, but I know there are a ton of yarn sales. I noticed. Let's see. I know Hobby Lobby has 30% off of all their yarn. I think Webb's is having an online sale. Love Crafts is having an online sale. I don't have links to any of these things, but check them out. I know there's a lot going on. I think Joanne Fabrics is having a yarn sale. Tell you a little story. When I started designing, but before when I had to go out and buy everything that I use, which was not too long ago, I used to love Black Friday, when you go out and get all the sales, because I would go to Michael's or places like that. I would get a grocery cart and I would go with a list of what I needed, the designs that I wanted to make in my head. And that's actually the book right behind me over here, Celtic Cable Crochet. That's how that came to be. It came partly from a trip, Black Friday trip, through Michael's for their on sale yarn, and that's how I got a lot of the yarn for those designs in that book, paid for all out of my pocket, just like everybody else does for that. And then was able to fill in with some other yarns from my friend Lana's store, So Original, which is now in Columbia, Maryland. So if you're in the Maryland area, please check her store out. Well, anyway, let me go on and just continuing to say hey. So it looks like Kelly is having trouble with her hands today. Is it Raynaud's disease in both my hands and feet, which is bad circulation? Okay. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Kelly. I hope things do get better. Been struggling with a little bit about, not that disease, I don't think, but some of that going on here as well. I was actually cutting the turkey with an electric knife that my mother-in-law has, and the knife was not, I guess I didn't put the blade in right or something, but it just wasn't as sharp as the one I'm used to using. And and started cutting a lot. Just the vibration of the knife and the dull of the the electronic part, and then the dull knife just kind of put my thumb out of whack. So I'm having to be very careful about that, and really thankful that my husband is going to help me drive back home tomorrow. He'll be driving 2 cars back, so I'm just really glad that we have enough drivers in our family that I won't have to drive the entire 9. It may end up being 10 or 11 hours because of traffic. So when you do that with the wheel for that many hours, it can really stress my hands out these days. So anyway, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you can, get to where you are comfortable with that. Um, and Carolyn Williams is in our chat. Hey, Carolyn. And Pat Dancer, yes, we had a blessed Thanksgiving. I hope you did too, Pat. Um, and Nora, good morning to you too. And Kelly, let's see. Okay, Kelly's talking more. Okay. Wow, just talking about some more trials for her mom. So sorry to hear that. And Alana says, hello to everybody. Hello, good people. That is such a great greeting. Yes, you guys are good people. I can honestly say that. We have Tana, just feeling grateful today for all my blessings. Thank you for sharing your times with us. My pleasure, Tana. Thank you for your great attitude and thankfulness. Grateful, thankful heart. That's the one thing that's going to get us all through all these times. Oh, we have Brad's mom in the chat. Good morning. Hope Brat, your cat, is doing well. So he's hailing from sunny southwest Chicago suburbs. And thank you for the reminder. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy watching the program. I certainly appreciate that, and that'll help the little bots and algorithms to know that maybe other people might too. So thank you so much for that reminder, Linda. You're better at IT than I am. It doesn't take much to be better at this than me, but I'm so thankful for this ability to do this. We have Nomina Park from Wilmington, North Carolina. Hey, Nomina, so glad you're here. I love Wilmington, by the way. It's such a wonderful little community right up the road from us. We have Christine and is it Denny and Jacqueline and Elolita, if I'm saying that right. Welcome. And Diana from sunny Florida, she said, not looking forward to returning to Ohio tomorrow. Oh, I love Florida too, Diana. I grew up down there, and I do miss it. I don't know how I would handle the humidity, but I really miss that sun. I really miss just it just makes me feel happy when the sun is out, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. We have Margita. Hey, Margita, welcome. And Judy from Brazelton, Georgia. And let's see, Love to Craft is here. And thank you for the well wishes there, and happy Thanksgiving to you too. And we have Phyllis. She says it's great to be back and hope everyone had a blessed Thanksgiving. Erlene from Alabama, and Sandy, wow, from Tucker, Georgia. Wow, welcome you guys. A lot of Southerners. Thank you for being here. And we have Teresa from Chile, Utah. I bet Utah is beautiful this time of the year once the snow starts coming. And Glenda, or is it Glida, if I'm saying that right? Hello, says the hardest day is yesterday. Oh dear. And we have Archernice, and she says it's snowing in Cleveland. And she says, oh boy, a new design. Yes, I have something new to show you, but it's going to be a little bit of a wait. It's going to be something in 2022. I hope this isn't too early, but I figured with all the yarn shopping going on, you could at least shop with an idea of maybe something you could do with it instead of just adding it to your stash. Although sometimes, yarn shopping inspires a new design. That's what happens with me. I go into a yarn store and I see yarn, and the first thing is, what can I do with that? And I'm like, aha, and they go to work on it. We have Amanda. We have Mary Lou. She says, I have a question. I want to make a baby blanket for a friend, and the comments just jumped on me. Give me a second. Let me go back to that. I want to make a baby blanket for a friend, but they don't know what they are having. I need suggestions for colors, please. I generally go for like greens and whites. I have Some blankets where it's kind of like a green and white. Yellow's a great color. Multicolor, even rainbow colors is great. It's very, even if it has a little bit of pink in it, if it's a boy, I really don't think that matters as much. Or if you have a little bit of blue for a girl, I really don't think that's going to matter so much. And besides, if it's very colorful with many different colors in it, it's going to stimulate the baby's eyes. They're going to love looking at this blanket. And let me tell you something else about baby blankets. This is not a baby blanket. This is a scarf, obviously. But these little popcorn things here. I made a baby blanket. It's in my contemporary Celtic book, and it has sailboats and it has a lot of popcorn, little popcorns on it. And the mom has told me, she's a lady, a young woman in our church, and she said over and over again, she said that her little boy just loves just touching the texture with his hands. So highly texturized blankets, very colorful, works for both boys or girls, I believe. I think as long as you stay away from a solid all blue or a solid all pink, I think you'll be good. I mean, that's just my opinion. I know people have strong opinions these days, and they're going to vary a bit, but that's just a suggestion, something you can try. I have many examples. If you go to my homepage on my YouTube channel and click on playlist, and you can click on easy beginner baby blankets, I have a bunch. And if you're looking for a book, I've got the book in the middle here, Easy Beginner Baby Blankets to Crochet. That's available both in my Etsy store. Again, all these links are in the video description below. And they're also available on Amazon. So if you're a Prime member from Amazon, you can actually probably get the book cheaper from them and with free shipping. Some of my books ship free, but not all. Okay, but the prices are probably not as competitive with Amazon. I to want to bless somebody like that. I'm buffering a little. I'm sorry if you're getting that. I'm getting a little bit of buffering here, but that just could be my slow connection. I don't know. But anyway, I hope that works for you, Mary Lou. Dolores says, hi, busy cooking dinner here in Ireland. Exhausted from online Black Friday shopping. Very cold here. Oh, wow. I bet it is cold in Ireland. Uh, I remember it was pretty chilly when we were there in September, October back in 2012. But I hope you found all that you need on that Black Friday shopping. I totally get what you're talking about, Dolores. I have to tell you a little bit about Black Friday shopping. I know people are like gung ho one side, and I, I consider this a non-political subject, so I'm going to delve into a little bit. Personally, I love going out on Black Friday. I didn't today simply because I don't need to get anything in the stores this time of the year. I probably will go out later today and just to have some fun time with my daughter Hannah and spend some time with you. Yes, Hannah, we're gonna have fun today. Um, but generally, I love doing that because I love being out where the people are, especially after the pandemic. I love just getting out in the crowds safely, yeah. But I love just getting out. I love hearing the Christmas music, and I don't care if it happens before Christmas. I love seeing the Christmas decorations. I love seeing all the sparklies, and that just makes me happy. So, and I know I have relatives who are like, I've never been to a Black Friday sale. That's totally fine. I totally get that. And I know in some situations it can be kind of crazy. But generally the last several years I've done it. It's been a joy, and it's been fun, and we've gotten some great deals. So there are a few places we might check out today, and I'm thinking about stopping by my yarn store, the Knit and Pearl in Myrtle Beach, which is where I am right now, near there. So if you guys are in the Myrtle Beach area and you've never been to the Knit and Pearl, please check it out. It's even worth driving a couple hours to visit. It's one of the prettiest, largest, kindest, well supplied, and actually reasonable stores that I know. Their yarn is priced to sell, and I love that. So anyway, and the lady who runs it is really wonderful. Very, very kind woman. And her name is Martina. I had to get the brain, had to catch up a little bit. So Martina, if you're watching this, hello. I'll see you this afternoon, maybe. Um, and thank you, Judy, for your greetings there for Hannah. And yeah, we are doing, we're doing well. Um, yeah, Paula, she said, do you have any pattern that are Christmas? Yes, I do. They're not all on my YouTube channel. If you want to see all the patterns, you can check out my Lovecraft store. Well, that's not all the patterns, but the patterns that I sell independently are at my lovecrafts.com store, and you can look in the video description for that. Um, I have a Christmas tree skirt, which is in that store. The pattern, the video tutorial is an exclusive design for my watch channel, which is a paid subscriber based channel. It's, and the link is in the video for that, in the video description for that as well. It's the watch.bonniebaecrochet.com channel. And what happens on that channel is you do not have any commercials, there are no interruptions, there's not spam or anything. It's just pure crochet learning at your pace, very good video resolution. And whenever I own a pattern and I release it, you get a complimentary copy of that, so you don't have to, purchase something extra somewhere else. That's just something I like to do. Of course, if I don't own the rights to the pattern, like a couple of my published books, I don't own the rights because just in the contractual agreements, you have to agree to sell to the publishers and whatnot. And I really believe in maintaining, being law abiding about that. So I don't, not able to give those away, obviously, because it's not my property. But I do have a lot of things there. I do have, this is doesn't look like this in the picture. There's a long stocking cap, and the one in the picture has a pom pom. I still don't have my pom pom maker with me, so I'm going to be adding that to that once I get back to Maryland. But this is just a long stocking hat, and you can, make this just all red if you want it to be like a Santa hat or whatever. But these are lots of fun to wear and to make, and you can make them in team colors, you can make them in holiday colors, whatever you'd like to do. I do have some many, actually there is a Yule tree throw. It's on this channel, all the video tutorials for it, and it has a Yule tree, which basically a Christmas tree down the middle. The name of the pattern started out being Christmas tree throw, but I think that was changed by Red Heart Yarn Company. It was one that I did for them, as they paid the designer fee years ago. Therefore, it is a free pattern. It can be you can just download that pattern for free, and it does have a matching pillow with a Christmas tree on that, and you can change it to all kinds of colors if you want. You can do whatever you want with those. So check those out. All the video tutorials are on my page or on my channel. If you have any trouble getting to it, you can always email me, bonniebay@me.com. But it's easy to find if you go to the home page and you look at the playlist, you click on that, and then just look for texturized throws. There's a collection of throws that has over 60 videos in it, and it's in that collection of videos. Okay, but again, just contact me or just do a Google search even. It pops right up. Okay? Um, let's see. Great question though, Paula. Thank you for asking that question. Teresa says she just made a beautiful neutral color baby blanket for a coworker that has no idea what their baby is. Good idea. Yeah, Pat Dancer in the chat, and Archernay says I cut my finger on a candle holder that melted and left sharp edges. I'm okay, but isn't that terrible? Shoddy products bought on the cheap. Oh, that's awful. You use our hands for so much. I never really thought about it until I started having trouble with mine and spraining. I've sprained both of my thumbs this past year. And actually, I don't know if I told you this story before, but I have an iWatch, and I never thought I'd own one of these or wear one of these. But let me tell you the story behind that. I was reaching into my back pocket and pulling out my cell phone, no joke, no exaggeration, hundreds of times a day. And the act of doing that put a very bad strain on my thumb. And so really the iWatch was an experiment, or the Apple Watch was an experiment. Um, it was either spend it on the watch, which I thought would improve my life, because whenever I got a text message, I can just look at my watch to see if it's spam or if it's something like family related that I needed to respond to. And if I'm driving, it's such a distraction when your phone does that. But anyway, I can look at my watch and I can actually tap on it and respond with a voice to text them back without ever pulling out the phone out of my pocket and stressing my thumb. I know it sounds petty, doesn't it? But when you don't have this opposing appendage, you are sunk. And the longer this, to make a short story longer, the thumb totally healed after I got this. It took a few weeks or a month or so, but it improved. I did not have to go to an orthopedic. I figured if I had to go to an orthopedic, just the out of pocket expense would have been more than a watch. So I figured, well, let's try the watch first. And then if the watch doesn't work, and has worked. So if anybody ever sees people with these, I know they're not cheap, before you judge, you might want to ask, do you like that watch and why? And again, I'm not trying to sell these things on you, but it really helped my hand health. And with what I do now, which is mostly crochet or keyboarding, boy, it is important that I keep these in operating condition. Hey Esther, she made it to the chat. I just noticed you there. And Hannah, thank you so much for being your sweetheart. I know it's not an easy day for you, but thank you so much. We have Missy in the chat and Heather from Bel Air, Maryland. Wow. She said we had to cancel our Thanksgiving as 3 of our family members tested positive with COVID last week. They are doing okay. Oh, sorry, Heather. That's such a bummer. Um, well, I'm so sorry about that. I mean, that was kind of like our Thanksgiving and Christmas last year. It was really sad because we couldn't get together. So this year is the first year that we can get out and do things, and so we are probably going a little crazy. So I'm going to be releasing a video, I hope in the next week or two, and you'll see how crazy we got. Got a little crazy with my crochet hook earlier this year and had an idea. I'm not going to tell you. I'll just release it, and soon I'm hoping to have that up for Monday. If it's not ready for Monday, it'll probably be up for Tuesday. I'm going to be traveling this weekend, so just don't know, how much I'm going to have left in me to finish that one out. But stay tuned. But I'm so sorry, Heather. That's a bummer. But I am glad that they are doing okay. Oh, thank you, Archer Nay. She says, Bonnie, you guys are my blessings and my kitties. Oh, enjoy those little fur babies. I've got a picture of my daughter's fur baby on my phone so that I can look at it every time I open up my phone. There's Judy in the chat. So good that you're here. And everybody's saying hey to each other. That is so cool. And glad you're doing okay, Esther. And Joni said that everybody at our gathering yesterday had a great together. Lots of tofu, turkey, and of course turkey. Wow. I promise you, we were in the South. We did not have tofu, but we had turkey, we had dressing, we had sweet potatoes without the marshmallows. We just had sweet potatoes, and let's see, Hannah and I cut those up and baked them. What else did we have? We had one of these. Okay, we didn't do a lot of baking. We don't eat a lot of sweets like we used to, but there's a pie. If you've ever tried these are fantastic. You can get them at Walmart, I think, and you can get them at Food Line and grocery stores. It's called the Edwards brand. It's a pie, and we had the Edwards key lime pie. Oh my goodness, these things are great, you guys. If you don't have time to cook or you just don't want to put a lot of time into it, these things look just like the pictures on the box. They come out of the box like perfect. And I've never had a bad one. They are so amazing. They're beautiful to look at, and they're even better to eat. So if you like key lime pie, check out the Edwards brand key lime pie. Boy, that sounded just like a commercial. This is not a paid endorsement, but I'm just saying we had one of those yesterday, and it was so good. And what else did we have? We had stuffing, had some gravy, green beans, and I think we had some lima beans. Trying to think. Anyway, it was plenty. It was plenty to get a mild carb coma, but it was so good just to spend time with family, and eat around the table. We had seven of us. Only two of my children of the five were able to be with us, but some extended family. So that was a lot of fun. It was just really a nice, calm time, and since we ate our dinner late, like around 5:30, 6 o'clock, we had all afternoon to work, and we just did it at a very slow pace, so it was really, really, really good. I'm trying to think, there's something else I'm leaving out, but makes no difference. It was plenty, and we have some left over, so we'll be eating turkey just for maybe another meal or so. Ooh, Heather says that almost finished making the Yule tree blanket. Has a pillow pattern with it. Really lovely. I'm so glad you're enjoying that, Heather. So glad. We have Charlotte from St. Mary's, Ohio, and she woke up to a little snow. Wow, that is so cool. Uh, we have Ashley in the chat and Paula. Thank you so much for your kind words, Paula. That really means a lot to me. And thank you, Pat. She's putting the thumbs up. If you want to hit that thumbs up, that would be great. If not, no problem. I'm chill. I'm so chill about this stuff. Um, oh wow! And then Sandy's talking about the baby blankets again. I'm going backwards a little bit in the chat. It says when pregnant, we received lovely baby blankets that were cream and tanned caramel colors. They were lovely. Excellent. That's excellent, Sandy. Yeah, the cream color blanket goes anytime. And Denny's expecting snow too in Massachusetts. Wow. I wonder where you are, Denny, because when we lived in Andover, back in 1988, 89. It was our honeymoon year, and we lived right in the snow belt. So I don't know. I wonder where you are in regards to, yeah, the snow belt, which in regards to where area of the state that typically gets the snow. So we were just about 10 minutes south of the New Hampshire border in Andover. Lovely little town, right down the street from Phillips Academy, where a couple presidents went to school. Really, really nice area. We had to get out of, had to find a place far enough away from Boston where we could afford the rent as newlyweds, and that's the best we could do. We were almost in New Hampshire to do it. Kind of funny. Oh, thank you. Is it Phylissa? Phylissa? If I'm saying that right, what a beautiful name. No matter how you say it, that's just a really cool name. Let me look at it again. Felicia? No, okay, I'm gonna stop. I know it's probably painful for you to hear me say that, but that is a really cool name. Sometimes when I'm reading the letters with the I's and the L's so close together, it's hard to see for these I's. Maybe if they had a different font, that would help me out. Pat says it's in Texas. It's cold but sunny. All right, well, I'm going to keep on going in the chat a little bit. Give me a second here. Oh, we have Sandra from Southern California. Wow. And Ashley Vincent. And let's see, we have Virginia. So there's a fire warning here in North Carolina. Very little rain here. Yeah, there really hasn't been a lot of rain in the Carolinas in the last couple weeks since I've been here. I hope things go well with you, Virginia. And yeah, Archernace. You know what, Archernace? I hear you. She says she has her cell phone in her back pocket. That's where I carry mine now. And was about to use the restroom, forgot the phone, was in the pocket, and sploosh, went in the drink. Yeah, that almost happened to me a couple times. It's a little tricky. I always take it out and I set it down before, well, anyway. It's always tricky. I'm always a little paranoid that I'm going to leave the phone there, but I get you on that. Yeah, that's another reason why the thumb gets injured, just pulling it out so many times. So, yeah, I use the phone a lot. Virginia says she's been eyeing that long hat. Yeah, it's easy. It's an easy design, Virginia. Joni says she baked her famous apple pie. I bet that was delicious. We were supposed to make. There was one other thing that didn't make the written list, so we didn't do it. We usually make blueberry cobbler. We even had some fresh blueberries that were picked locally that we could have used, but I think we were also running very low on sugar, so we kind of punted that, decided we're just going to leave them in the freezer and do that for Christmas. So we'll get that sugar high from that next month. But yeah, the apple pie sounds amazing. Um, okay, yeah, thank you for your prayers, Pat, for Virginia, for the area there. Yeah, we don't need any, don't need any wildfires on the East Coast here. All right, let's keep on going. Well, we have Terry Redmond. Hey, Terry. Um, she says, hope everyone had a blessed Thanksgiving. I lost my mom. She's in heaven now. Terry, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, I will try to add you to my list and pray for you because that's something you don't get over very fast. And it'll be coming up on 3 years that I lost my mom. It was right around. It was on December 20th. So it rolls around quickly each year, and it's getting better, but it's still a little bit of a sore spot. Especially whenever I see something that, or hear a joke or something that I know that she would just get a big kick out of. My sister sent me something recently that was just hilarious about some story about taking this woman taking her husband to Walmart or something and all this trouble he gets into, and it just made me laugh so hard. And I can so see my parents doing stuff like that. I mean, we're just that kind of people. But I do hope that that you're able to mourn freely and remember your mom. And I'm sorry to hear that this is going to be your toughest Christmas, but I will remember to pray for you, Terry. Take care, all right? And just enjoy being with friends if you can. I hope you can find some friends who can be with you and care for you now. Um, Margaret says she loves the apple pie from Sam's Club. Yeah, I can get into some serious danger when in the dessert department over at Costco too. Sam's Club, Costco, yeah, they can whip up some incredible stuff. And in my season of life, if it's something else I don't have to do, I'll just buy it. I never thought I'd be like that, but beyond the age of impressing everybody with stuff like that. I mean, I love baking and wedding cakes and stuff like that, but I think those days are kind of waning for me. Got so much other fun stuff that I want to do. Phyllis says that it's snowing lightly in Michigan. Oh dear. I hope I can get back to Maryland without driving in snow. I'll have to check the weather. Haven't heard of any snow for our area up there, but I'm gonna look now because of you guys. I'm gonna make sure, and if it's really gonna be icy, snowy, I am not gonna drive my car. I'll just leave it here in South Carolina. Uh, guys are so good to encourage each other. Okay, well let me go ahead and show you guys some things here. Just it's been a while since I've talked crochet. Um, I hope you saw the hot pad for the Celtic Weave hot pad or pot holder. It's really doing well. The algorithm, I think, is kind of helping this one go a little further than I expected. And it has a lining on the back. So this is nice and thick. You can fold it and you can get things out of the oven. It will not burn you. You can also just put this on the counter and put your hot pots on it. So if you've got an old-fashioned Formica countertop like I do that can get scorched by hot things, this will keep that from happening. And it's made of 100% cotton. That's the one stipulation about these. If you're going to make kitchen things, whether to scrub things with or to use as protection from the heat in any way, do not use acrylic yarns. They will melt. They will get real crispy, but then if it's super hot, they will melt, and you don't want that to happen. Um, So anyway, 100% a cotton, the kind that you find in any of the big box stores, Walmart, um, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and those places would have this. It's 4 ply, not 4 ply. We used to say four, it is 4 ply, but I don't want to use that term because in the UK that's a different thickness of yarn. It's worsted weight or Aran weight yarn, okay? And I've shown this to you before and I'll show it again. This is coming sometime in December. I'm hoping to release this. I haven't had the time this week. Most of this week was spent with family, so this was not ready to go for this coming week. So give me a week or two, and the buttered popcorn scarf will be ready to go. And this one has a matching hat already on my channel. So if you're looking for a hat and scarf set, this works real well. And if you're not crazy about the yellow color, make it a different color. This looks really, really good in the Aran, the white colors. I think the lighter colors will show the texture better than darker colors. But you can use any color you want really. But if you want the texture to show, I would definitely go with the lighter colors on this. Now let me go ahead and let me show you this one. It's similar to one that I had brief. This is using 4-post cables, and it's using the shadow box and a nice interesting lace finish. And this is called, I think this is has the word paint, and it's not paint box yarn, but it's yarn that I found in the yard store. I can't remember the name of it, but once this is released, this is 100% self-striping. It's one cake of yarn, and I just finished this out with one cake of yarn only. And this, I believe, is a cotton yarn. I'm calling this the Liberty Shawl. And the reason I'm calling it the Liberty Shawl is you can, similarly to the Abigail Shawl, you can make this in any colors you want. You can make this in any thickness yarn. Although I think when I say any thickness, I don't even want to give you a rule and say nothing thicker than worsted weight. But if you go higher than worsted weight in your yarn selection, it's going to be a chunky piece. It's going to be a chunky piece. So if you want a heavy chunky shawl, then use heavier weight. But I would stick with thinner yarns personally, and it gives you a nice straight. And let me show you the same shawl. And I mixed this up with 3 different colors. And these are all different dimensions too. Some of these are larger than others. And this might be a little harder to see. You can see why I say stick with the lighter colors. The darker colors are not as easy to see the texture, okay? But I wanted to try using the speckled hand-dyed yarn. And I got these yarns, I got all 3 of these for, I believe, under $30 total for 3 hanks of this. This is super wash merino yarn, I think with a little bit of nylon mixed in. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby does have some of this type of hand-dyed yarn. And they don't have a huge selection. I will say that. It's not a really big selection, but it's nice yarn. It's not bad. And, it's 100% or mostly merino wool with a little bit of nylon mixed in. And so I believe each hank was about $8, but today all of their yarn is 30% off. Every single color, every single hank, every single ball of yarn in their store is 30% off. So that's huge. So you could probably make this for under $30, which, for something that's made of hand-dyed merino wool, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That's usually the going rate for about 1 hank of yarn. So I just wanted to show you this one, and I want to show you this. This is my favorite of the 3. This is made of mohair silk. Let me just, I don't know if I look at this. It's just so airy and light. And I did make this one larger. There is a brand of yarn. It's by Barocco, and I think it's called Ariel, Airel, I believe is the name of it. Reasonably priced. I think it was about, it was like $6 or $7 for a like a hank of it or a skin. It was like a flat ball of it, and I think I used four. I would have to go back and check the video, but this is by far, oh my goodness, is by far my favorite. I don't know if I can show you the stitches a little bit closer. It's a thinner yarn, but it was worked with an oversized hook. So I actually used a size H hook for this because I wanted it to give this airy feel. And let me show you the bottom because I varied it a little bit. And I blocked this. I blocked all of these. Okay, and when you block the bottom part, it really brings out the definition of these stitches. So, and I also blocked this one too. It really helped, with the edging. I didn't so much on the cotton because it really wasn't needed, but I'm always having to make sure I have this on the right side. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one on for a little while. I just really really enjoyed making this, and I mean this just feels like it's like you're wearing cotton candy, but without the stickiness, obviously. A lot of fun to work with if you've never worked with a mohair. This is a mohair silk blend, and I just wanted to show that to you. You could make this one. Let me see, 4 times 7, 28. I would say I would I'm gonna risk it and say you could probably find this yarn and make this for under $30. I mean, to have a mohair silk shawl, it's just really nice. I will say that if you've never done these stitches before, I would get some other yarn from your stash and I would practice stitches on something else before you make something with mohair. This is a mohair silk blend, and I did learn recently that the reason they add silk to it is to give it strength, because the the hair of the mohair goat that is used in this would just fall apart if you didn't have something stronger for it to attach to. Um, but it's also, the mohair is one of the warmest fibers, even though it's a very lightweight shawl. I mean, it's something you could just ball up and stick in your bag or your backpack or your purse or something. This, if you're in a restaurant and it's a little chilly, this is going to warm you up probably faster than a heavier piece. I mean, this is a lot warmer than it looks, is what I'm trying to say. But again, if you, I encourage you to experiment with some of these, but just when you do, oversize your hook a little bit. Okay, you're gonna have to work on the big side with this, and I think you'll really like the results. But again, make sure you know your stitches. I would even do a little swatch to begin the stitch, how it's going to begin, so that you know where you're going with this, so that when you get to the mohair, you're not you're not going to have to rip anything out, because it does not rip out very well at all. I mean, it'll, if you want to grow in patience, try ripping out mohair. I don't want to say it's impossible to rip out, but it's close to impossible to rip out. It's not going to bless you. It's not like, just rip a couple rows out like you would with acrylic. It's not like that at all. This will leave you in tears. So but if you know what you're doing and you're not afraid of just trying it, I am very happy with this. I'm very happy with this yarn. But anyway, these again are all coming. It's just one pattern, and you can choose. You could probably even pick out the colors better than I did. I just encourage you to check your stash, and if you see some yarn sales online, it's just another idea to add to your growing list, so that you have some ideas of what you can do. All right, I'm going to try to catch up to where I left off on the comments here. I'm a little behind, as usual. Oh, thank you, Bailey Nutcher Cat. on the Prowl Creations. Wow, that's a mouthful, but what a cute name. Thank you. I'm glad you like the shawl. These work up really well, and I just love doing shawls because you don't have to. I mean, you can worry about the gauge, but really you don't need to worry about the gauge on these, and you can just enjoy just enjoy crocheting. Terry says need two pairs of hands to do all the projects. Really like cake yarns. Shawl's pretty. Thank you, Terry. Uh, oh, sorry, Hannah. Oh, we just got. Let's see, from Bailey. Thank you so much. She just added $5 um, to our super chat, which again goes towards a charity of some sort. It's either going to be Shriners Hospital for Children or Rancho 3M, which is it's a Christian school and orphanage in Guadalupe, Mexico, a place that my daughter Becky and I have been and spent time serving there back in 2006, and so we know this place well, and we know Shriners. We've Esther has been a patient at Shriners, and so has my mother-in-law when she was born in the early, long time ago, and had polio. So I mean, this is a great organization we believe in. They serve families um, without charging them, and they do a great work. So anyway, thank you. We're going to add that. So we are up to, I need to look at the tally. I believe that would put us at about $85. So once we hit 100, I'm going to give you a song, and I promise you we will do that next week if we cross over that threshold. And even if we don't, I still may do something. I don't know. We'll see how much energy I get after we travel north. Um, but I think I'm gonna maybe doing some Christmas themed stuff for the month of December, just because I love Christmas music. So thank you for your generosity there. And yeah, Starfire wants to know, do we get a scripture reading today? Great question, Starfire. I actually have something a little different, just as encouraging, or it's I do have something for you, a reading today, but it's a little different. I can't wait to read it to you. Um, but I just thought I was so inspired by this when I heard this that I felt like I wanted to share that with you all. But I do try to get a scripture each week, and this will kind of be in lieu of that for this time. Oh, thank you, Najula. She likes the shawl. Yeah, lace is fun, and lace is in some ways is easier than a lot of the cabling and stuff. It's kind of good to mix it up once in a while. Wow, Catherine says, she says, I found this pattern. I guess you're talking about the pot holder. It says, I found this 3 days ago and have made 6 so far. Your patterns are addictive. I've made 7 Afghan blankets in all different patterns since August. Oh my goodness, girl. 7 since August? That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Cruz. Um, so we're up to $90. I believe that's correct. If I'm not correct, I think that's right. Um, thank you for your generosity. I appreciate that. Laura is in the chat, and is it Isel? And thank you for your comment there. Um, let's see. It says, love the scarf and plan to make it also as soon as the pattern is out. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it'll probably be in January because I wanted to save things for after the holidays. I know you guys are busting your buffers to get through the Christmas holidays, especially after, 2 years of really not being able to celebrate properly. And I'm hoping that Christmas is a go for us this year. Um, and thank you, Margaret, for your kind words to our friend. Um, and yeah, Joyce says the color is so vibrant. Yeah, I just got smitten by some of these colors in the store. Um, Although, to be honest with you, I like to be honest with you guys. If I was going to do this one again, I would have probably chosen lighter colors because I didn't realize just how dark this blue. When I was looking at the blue up close, it looked nice, but looking at it from a distance, it's really hard to see the texture. So that's why I always encourage you all, go light on some of the texture. I should have just taken my own advice, but I was trying to pick colors out of a very limited palette that they had there. They really didn't have a lot to choose from, and I really wanted to try their yarn, so that's why I went with that. But you guys are creative. You can do all sorts of things. So I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. And Cindy says, can bamboo be used instead of cotton? Um, if you're talking, Cindy, if you're talking about these, I would say no, because I don't know that the bamboo is going to hold up as well. And bamboo is actually quite different than this cotton. This cotton is on the rough side. Bamboo tends to be more silky. It just has very different properties to it. And for them to make the bamboo, it goes through a lot of chemical processing that really changes the nature. Um, I mean, I'll just say I would not, because I think if you made one of these out of bamboo, I think it would tear up a lot faster and it might even melt. I don't really know for sure, but I would stick to the cheaper stuff. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, we just got pushed over the top here. Thank you, Najla. So that brings us to what, 95, and then oh my goodness, Grace, you just pushed just over 100. So we're definitely going to do some. If you guys don't mind, I usually do crochet parodies. I think we're going to do some Christmas music next week. I need it. I think we all need that. So we're going to do some Christmas music next week for you guys as a thank you for your generosity. It's that season, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I will get my instruments out, and we will work some things up and have them ready to go next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that pushes us to 150. I rounded up $115. So thank you. So that will go out this week. I'm thinking I may do Rancho 3M because they're not as well known, and I know this is a tough time of year for those kids, and I think that would really bless them. So thank you so much. We will do that. Remind me, Hannah. Okay, Rancho 3M. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I may even add a little bit to that as well, going out the door. Uh, all right, so let's see, where are we? Let me look at my list. Um, oh, very important thing. I should have started with this, guys. Those of you who participated in Bonnie's Mystery Crochet Along that finished up finished up at the beginning of this month, please, if you haven't already, please send a picture of either, if you finish the project, you can send a finished picture. It doesn't have to be studio art or anything like that, but I would love to have a picture of your throw for the showcase that will be featured sometime in December. I'm going to need that photo to be sent in no later than December 1st. That's going to be my hard cutoff date. I've been talking about this a lot. Even if your picture, let's say that you only have 5 squares and you haven't, put them together. If that's all you have, or even if it's just 1 square, please take a picture of that square and send it to me. I will be happy to put that in as a work in progress, if you don't mind. I only have maybe around 20 pictures right now. We could use a lot more. So please, thank you for those of you who sent them in. Every time I get one, it's just the colors are more beautiful than the next. I just love seeing your creativity in that. And so please send those in. Send them to bonniebay@me.com. The information is in the video description. I'll go ahead and type in my email. Okay, it's in the chat, but you can always find it in the video description below. Just send it to me, and I'm assuming when you send it that I have permission to add this to the showcase. And as I've said in the past, if you have, let's say, an Etsy store, you want to put a little watermark on the picture, and you want that to be public, I'm totally fine with that. If you don't want the world to know your name, just make sure that when you send it in, there's not a name attached. I'm not going to attach anybody's names to the pictures. It's just going to be a slideshow of of the of your work. So I'm really excited to feature that coming up next month, which is in a few days. So today's the 26th, so 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, and then the first, right? Because we only have 30 days in November, 31 in December. So 5 more days. I need that picture. The deadline is coming quickly. So don't forget to send that in so that we can share that with everybody, okay? And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I totally get it. But again, even if it's not completed, send something. I so appreciate that. Okay, let me I'm sorry, Hannah, I have not had your. Okay, good. Wannabe crocheter or knitter ask if I donate to I can't pronounce it. Cruise something Jacob disease. I have not gotten into other organizations just because I know there are so many. These are just so to answer your question, no, I haven't. I like to donate to where I know I have some relationship with the organization. I know there are a lot of great organizations out there, and if I interact with them and learn of the genuineness of the organization, I can consider them. But right now I'm just sticking with the two that I know well. Like I said, I've been to the orphanage. I know what it's like there. I know their needs, and I know they're doing a great work. So I feel good about that. I can't vouch for every organization out there, and I know there are thousands. My heart goes out to the needs that are out there. It's more than I can even touch, but that and the Shriners, I just felt because that has touched people that I know personally in a great way. So I just feel good about that, and I mean there are some others that I do personally, um, but I feel like these are two that most people can get their mind wrapped around and can see the need and so forth. So, um, but anyway, um, well, let me see what time is. Okay, it's almost 1 o'clock. I hope to have gotten to most everybody. Let me just do a quick see if I see anybody that I've not met before. Oh, Mary Hayes is in the chat. I just so appreciate the way you guys care for each other. Um, I'm just gonna see if there's anybody that's new here that I haven't greeted. I really want to try to greet as many people as I can. I'm so sorry I can't get to everybody's individual comment. We have is it Shakita? See, let me try this again. Is it Shetika Woods? Is that right? That is a really cool looking name. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right, but welcome. I don't believe I've seen you in our chat before. Um, and Melanie Lewis, thank you so much for being there with us. And she was asking how Grandma's doing. Grandma's doing very well. She's doing very well. Thank you, Melanie, for asking. And Desiree Newton. Wow, I don't believe I've seen you in here in the chat, or maybe I've just overlooked it. Welcome. I just want to say a shout out to you and say hey. And thank you for your encouraging comment for my daughter. And Crochet Done My Way with Wanda. Thank you, Wanda. And that is Wanda the backwards wrong side crochet. I think we mentioned that last week, right? So thank you for that, for being there, and for all that you're doing out there on the roads and taking stuff back and forth in that tractor trailer, my friend. And thank you for the encouragement, Najla. I so appreciate that. All right, well, let me go ahead. Oh, wow. Wanda says she found out yesterday that her nephew and his son both have COVID. I want to see my kids and grandchildren so bad, but traveling as I do, I'm so scared that I could give it to them, so I stay home. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear about that, Wanda. I hope they do okay though. Oh, we have Maureen from Greece. Thank you for being here. Wow, I've been reading up on your country recently in my scriptures in my new Bible. I have has some pictures from Greece. It's an archaeological Bible. It's really really cool. But thank you for being there. Um, and Najla, okay, a lady of the chat named Wanda. Yeah. If you ever want to email anything to me, Najla, please just send it to me. I'll be glad to pray for people that you wish. And we have Bonnie L. Hey, says I almost missed this. Hopefully everyone celebrates Thanksgiving had a peaceful and happy day. Yes, I think we did. All right. And Maureen, she says she's making your pot holders, so pictures to follow. Yeah, definitely send me pictures, guys, if you don't mind me sharing on social media. You guys are my best advertisement, to be honest with you. I don't do paid advertisement. I just haven't gotten into a lot of that, but I love seeing your stuff, and if I have permission to share, I just love doing that. Um, okay, well let me go ahead. I'm going to finish up. I usually Hey Tracy, thanks for being here with us. She says, I'm just lurking and listening. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Well, let me go ahead and finish up with this. Usually I like to end with the scripture. Um, and this is not scripture. This is don't laugh at me, guys. Okay, don't judge me. But I was so inspired by this. She's one of the most inspiring ladies that I know out there in the public. Her name is Dolly Parton. And she is a fantastic songwriter, and I think she's an even better person. She is a celebrity and known for certain things, but I think when you just look at some of her words and things she's written, stories she tells, they're just amazing. So I'm gonna try to get through this. I don't promise to get through it dry-eyed because it just spoke to me so much, and I hope it speaks to you. Because I know the season that's upon us, the holidays can be, again, like I said, with the Tale of Two Cities, it can be the best of the times and the worst of times. So I know that that's the way these things are. But let me go ahead and just read this word. And this was in a Christmas show that I saw online. The Christmas show was cute, had a really nice message. Theology might have been questionable, but this was just a great song, and I looked up the words and it just made me cry even more. It's called Try. Ugh. Okay, here we go. I have chased after rainbows. I've captured one or two. I've reached for the stars, and I've even held a few. I've walked that lonesome valley, topped the mountains, saw a sky. I've laughed and I have cried, but I have always tried. Because I've always been a dreamer, and dreams are special things. But dreams are of no value if they're not equipped with wings. So secure yourself for climbing, make ready for the sky. Don't let your chance go by. You'll make it if you try. So try to be the first one up the mountain, the highest flying dreamer in the sky, and try your best to be an inspiration. Brothers that are still afraid and shy, and try to make the most of every moment. 'Cause if you never try, you never win. So try each day to try a little harder, and if you fall, get up and try again. You know nothing is impossible if you can just believe. Don't live your life in shackles when faith can be the key. The winner's the one who keeps determination in his eyes, who's not afraid to fly and not afraid to try. So try to be the first one up the mountain and try to be the first to touch the sky. And this is what I love about this. And don't let somebody tell you you can't do it. And if they say that, show them it's a lie. And if you fail at first, just keep on trying. Because you're not a failure in God's eyes. So spread your wings and let the magic happen. Because you'll never really know if you don't try. Excuse me. And the first step is the one that's always hardest. But you'll never really know if you don't try. You have to try. Isn't that great? Oh, it just affects me every single time I read that. I've read it several times this week, and it's always with the sniffles. So anyway, I hope that inspires you as much as it does me. Because I can tell you many times, including what I do in this industry, where I've gotten the bah humbug from respectable people. And I have been turned down for more patterns than I actually made to publication. I'm no joke. This book here, that green book, is filled with patterns that people have said, and I quote, "It all looks the same. I'm passing." You got to hear a lot of no's before you hear the yes. So I just love Dolly Parton. I know she's heard a lot of no's, and I'm sure before she got her yeses. So I hope that inspires you as much as it does me. And I think I will end with the verse. I can't remember the exact location in the scriptures, but it's in there, and it says, "A righteous man stumbles 7 times, but rises again." Yes. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. Those of you who are going to go out and go shopping, have a great time. Enjoy just being out and about, even if you don't buy anything. I don't know that Hannah and I are going to buy anything, but we're just going to have a good time being out and about and being together and enjoying the moment while we can. Well, you guys have a fantastic week, and Lord willing, we'll see you next Friday. God bless. Bye-bye.